Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. It is April 20th. And tomorrow is my boy's birthday. Oh my goodness. He's almost old enough to get a driver's license. Can you guys believe that? It's hard for me to believe. Anyway, welcome to the beginning of a new crafty week. Today I'm uploading last week's video with some older footage plus newer footage and some projects. And at the end of it, I did show you this project. But I want to show it to you again, and that is Petunia Petals. And she's super cute. She's super cute. All of this is scraps. I believe all of this is Bernat blanket. Used up as much of the dappled as I could. I just have a tiny bit of this left. I still have some of the dappled aquamarine. And I will figure out, I think what I'm going to do is another rainbow fish, but it's going to hopefully stripe into something really like super colorful. So I think I'm going to use some of these scraps for that. But anyway, this is Petunia Petals. So this one worked out fine. I'm supposed to have 9 petals on the bottom. I only got 8. I don't know what I did, but who cares? It's cute, it's done, and we're all set there. Just use a little bit of acrylic for the mouth and the eyelashes that you can barely see. When you make the pattern, maybe I read it wrong, but everything was put together, and then it was the instruction on how to embroider everything. And I should have put the eyelashes on before I put the hat on. But anyway, here it is. I did do less increases on this one as well. I don't know, something about my gauge. If I do the whole thing, the eyes would be covered. Anyway, this is Petunia Petals. Now, I should hold her next to no, this is not Petunia Petals. This is Fiona Flower. Fiona Flower. Petunia Petal is much smaller. Let me get her really quickly so you can see. Hold on. So both these patterns are from Cable and Canvas on Pay For Patterns on Etsy. It might be on Ravelry too, but I get it on Etsy. So this is Fiona Flower. This is Petunia Petal. So see the difference? Way different. Same yarns for the most part. For the body, legs, and arms, exact same yarns. So there you go. That's the two of them together. I just wanted to start out the vlog showing you that one. And now today I am on my way to the LA Times Festival of Books, and I'm going to go get gas. I'm going to pick up my friend and meet the others there, and we're going to go and hear a author talk from the author of The Covenant of Water. His name is Anton Verghese. I don't know if it's Verghese. His name is not Anton. Oh my goodness. In the last video, I got the name of the book wrong. It was Frederick Bachman. And I said Andrew Brockman, then I said Frederick Brockman, but it's actually Frederick Bachman, for anxious people, by the way. All right, anyway, and for this one, it's Abraham Verghese or Verghese. We'll see today. When they introduce him, we'll know how to pronounce his name. Anyway, I got on my bookish t-shirt for the occasion. All I need is coffee and books, and at the bottom it says it's too peoply out there. It's way too peoply out there. So I decided to wear, I was talking to my friend who's going with, and she was gonna wear a bookish t-shirt, and I was like, ooh, I have a bookish t-shirt. I should wear a bookish t-shirt to the book fair. And so my husband, I haven't seen this t-shirt, and I had this sneaking suspicion that it was mixed in with my husband's stuff, and sure enough it was. I actually don't wear a lot of these types of things out in public, these boxy unisex t-shirts, because t-shirts don't do me any good. And if I'm gonna wear one, I need it to be like a cut for a feminine body. So anyway, but it's bookish, it's perfect. So I'm wearing it and I'm headed out just a few minutes just to go and take care of, I'm gonna get, like I said, get gas, go get her, and then head over, find where we need to be, look around a little bit. That's our plan, is to get there a little bit early. The talk is at 10:30 a.m. I'm going to be leaving here to go get gas in just a few minutes. Pick her up by 9 and head out to the campus of USC. Hopefully I will get a little bit of footage and let you see what this book fair looks like. Anyway, I think I shared footage from last year's. But anyway, I will see you in the next clip. Look at these pretty flowers, guys. I'm picking up my friend in her apartment complex, but I'm sitting right next to these beautiful, beautiful roses, right? They look like roses to me. Laura, Mimi, tell me. They look like roses to me, no. And then those are probably our California wildflowers. Very pretty. Hey y'all, I just got back from the LA Times Festival of Books 2024. So it was a different experience this time. Really, believe it or not, I didn't buy any books. I heard the author, Abraham Verghese, speak about the Covenant of Water. It was really good, a really good talk. It was packed. The room was completely packed. This book is so amazing, and it was so cool to hear him talk about it, and so much of his process, and just him as a person. He just seems like a cool dude. So anyway, it was great. He actually is an MD who also is a writer, and he has his MD, and he also went back to school and got a master's in fine arts, I believe, in writing. So it was a great book. I'm sorry, it was a great book, but it was also a great talk. And so we walked around a little bit, but I just didn't, nothing was jumping out at me, and I have a lot of books already, and so that I need to read. So I didn't really buy anything, and plus I was getting tired. We stood in line. My friend had brought her copy of the book. I did not have a physical copy, so I didn't bring one with me, nor did I buy one while I was there. But he was signing books afterwards. So my friend, we stood in line with her. The line moved pretty quick. It wasn't a really long process to get the book signed. And so that was cool. We got her book signed, and his writing, even his actual penmanship, looks like art. Like, it was great. And, we talked to him for a couple of minutes, and he said, we told him we were a book club, and he was like, yeah, he said, I would love to go to a book club. He said, but when I turn up, if I show up at a book club, then people won't talk the way they want to talk about it. But anyway, he was great. He was great. Anyway, then we just walked around a little bit, stopped at some different booths and stuff, but we didn't buy any books. At least I didn't. I left the last two friends there. One had to leave super early. One left sooner than the rest of us, and then I was the next one to peel off and go home. So I didn't buy any books. But while we were there, there was a booth for Goodwill, and they were giving out these coupons that you could take to, it said, any Goodwill store and get a free book if you just bring the coupon. So I have a Goodwill donation center right near me, as well as it's a bookstore, so it's mostly books in there. Now, they don't have a lot of clothes and housewares. They mostly have books. So I went over there, found some books, and then went up to the cash register so I can get 2 free ones. It didn't work, so we're going to have to figure that out. But the books were only $3.99, so I did get some books. And let me show you what I got. So the biggest find that I found really was this one. which is, I'm gonna change the camera angle so you can see the book better. Hold on. Okay, this is not that much better, but here you go. Biggest find of the day was it's called Cutting for Stone, and it is also by Abraham Verghese. So they mentioned this book during the talk, so I was really excited to see it in the Goodwill bookstore for $3.99. So I got that. I'm a fan of this author. It's Jodi Picoult, and this one is called The Book of Two Ways by Jodi Picoult. And I love this author because what she does is she will take something from the real world news and then go all in on it. So I just absolutely love. She takes on social issues, but in fiction. Love it, love it, love it. This book here is, let's see. It's called Attachments. This is by Rainbow Rowell. Years ago, I read a Rainbow Rowell book called Eleanor and Park. And this book, I read Eleanor and Park within like 2 days. And I'm a slow reader. It was so good. Couldn't put it down. So I figured, let me give this one a shot. I'm hoping I didn't just buy this, though, because I did buy a Rainbow Rowell book recently. So let's see how that goes. Hold on. There you go. Final book that I got from the Goodwill, nothing from the LA Times Festival of Books, but I did buy Crazy Rich Asians just for the fun of it. I've seen the movie and now I have the book, and probably I'll have a better time of it reading the book after watching the movie. So, and I think it's actually a series, so if I like it, I'll read the second one. Okay, that's it. That's all. I'm getting hot in this car. Talk back soon. Bye. All right, guys, it's still Saturday, and I am working on this month's BTS project. I'm in some kind of a weird mood, and I could not figure out if I wanted to read or crochet or sleep, all of these things. I woke up kind of early because I fell asleep kind of early last night. So I tried to take a bit of a nap, but that doesn't always work. Anyway, I started searching through my patterns, and I finally decided I was going to make a squid with this Bernat blanket yarn. I think the colorway is called Purple Sunset or something like that. And so, yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I'll tell you more about the pattern when I finish it, but that's where we're at for now. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it is Tuesday, and I am going to do a very quick crochet and chat with you guys. I keep starting and recording and then deleting because it's too long and it's too rambly, and I didn't want it to be that long. I'm hoping that this will be about 10 minutes of crocheting and chatting together. I am working on a ruffled hat using a Karen big cake. Let me kind of see if I can tilt down. So wait, oh no, hold on. All right, there we go. Sorry, I'm squinting because I took my glasses off. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, I filmed the last one and you guys couldn't see any of the crochet. And I know when I watch crochet and chats, I like to see the crochet, right? Anyway, I am doing this because I don't have a ton of crochet content. I mean, it's only Tuesday, and I ended the last video on, I think, Saturday. So since then, first of all, I struggled to find a project to work on. I just didn't want to make anything that I had in my Ravelry account that I purchased. I didn't see anything jump up new that I wanted to try. And so I was just like, oh, I need to make something this week. I want to crochet. I just can't think of a project. And eventually I did decide to get to work on the BTS project. And if you know, you know. If you've been around long enough, you know what I'm doing there. I'm just making purple amigurumis one a month until the guys from Bangtan Soyeondong or BTS get out of the military. So by the time I'm done, I am going to have 18 purple amigurumi. And I will keep them all, and hopefully when I reveal them, I'll show them all at once on hopefully the very day that the very last one is discharged from the military, which I think it's going to be Suga, and I think that is toward the end of June, like June 22nd of next year. So anyway, I did get started on that. You've seen a little clip, and now it has eyes, but that's as far as I've gotten because I've been reading. And I've been reading physical books. I found myself the other day, or earlier today or yesterday, I realized that I somehow have managed to start 3 different novels. And I, as of yesterday, was about the same amount of pages in on all 3. So almost to page, or just past to page 150 on each one of them. And I was like, I never do this. With novels, I read and finish and then pick up the next one. But somehow I am 3 books at the same spot. At least I was as of yesterday. So I decided that I really want to finish all 3 this month. So that's the plan, because for May I really want to concentrate on one of the books I found at Goodwill, which was Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese. You guys know I just finished The Covenant of Water, or I talked about it earlier in this vlog. And he's the guy that we went and saw him speak at the LA Times Festival of Books. And they mentioned, Cutting for Stone. And so I may have already talked about this. And so I just happened to find it at a really great copy of it at Goodwill. So I bought it. I want that to be my book for May. So the 3 books that I, as of yesterday, was like about almost halfway through. One was our book club selection, which I showed you earlier I showed in my last video. Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. I'm like at page 150, 160, something like that. And then the other one is a mystery, murder mystery that I started a while ago and got, I like to 170 or whatever, and then just stopped and picked up other things. And then the 3rd book is the book that I found on Sunday when I went to Goodwill to once again try to get the free books from the coupons that I was given. I don't know if I talked about that yet, but if I didn't, when we were at the Festival of Books, we were given coupons to go to Goodwill and get a free book. But they don't seem to know anything about that at the actual Goodwill store. And so, but at the second store, the lady did honor it, and I picked up a Sidney Sheldon book. I had been talking about it the day before, how I used to love to read Sidney Sheldon. And back in like probably high school days. And then I came across the book. And the funny thing is, I almost didn't get it. I was like, I shouldn't do this. I probably don't even like Sidney Sheldon anymore. But then, I opened it up to the dedication page, and you know what it said? It said, for Kimberly. So I was like, it's going to be the book for me. And I picked it up. I opened it up and started reading it, and by yesterday, I was more than halfway through the book. It only had 279 pages to it. And so that's the 3rd book that I got that far as of yesterday. And so I was like, I need to finish them. Well, Sidney Sheldon is an easy read. It is very, very much a plot-driven book, but he was the master of the plot twist. And so I enjoyed the book, guys. I blew through it. I started it on Sunday. I finished it today. So one down, 2 to go. And when I get off of here, I'm going to sit and read while I have some quiet. But it's really cool because that book, I love Sidney Sheldon back in the day, and the book stood the test of time. I mean, it was really good. It's not necessarily for this book club that I'm in. It wouldn't be a good selection for, let me see, that group. We read different things, and Sidney Sheldon would not be one that I would suggest, because you know what, the things that I'll naturally gravitate toward, I can read those on my own, no problem. I mean, it took me like 3 days to read that. Whereas Covenant of Water, there's no way I could even read I couldn't have read that physical book. It was a brick. It was like 700 pages. It was the thickest thing ever. And I would have been so like, oh my God, overwhelmed by it. So that's why I audioed that one. 32 hours of listening, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But anyway, I did also pick up a copy of Abraham Verghese. He's the author of The Covenant of Water. Well, I picked up a copy of his previous book because they had mentioned it during the talk on Saturday. And it's not a skinny book. It's not a brick like Covenant of Water, but it's probably got 500 pages. I actually want to read that book in May. I want that to be my reading choice for the month of May. And therefore, I might read other things, but I for sure want to start and finish that one in May. And so I'm trying to clear the decks. I want to finish my book club book, Anxious People, which I've shown you guys. I've finished the Sidney Sheldon book. So that's good. That was my goal as of yesterday, was finish all 3 of these books where I'm kind of like more than halfway through. And then go back to reading one book at a time. Anyway, so that is what I'm going to do. So, finished. So I got to finish Anxious People, and then I have to finish this book called Still Life, which is the one I'm actually tackling right now. It is the mystery thriller by a Canadian author named Louise Penny, and I think this is her debut novel. So yeah, I just picked it up at Barnes & Noble. It was like one of those buy one, get one, 50% off. So I am going to finish that. And then I'll clear the decks for May, and I'll be able to focus on cutting for stone. Anyway, have you guys ever done that? Have you ever gone back and read some of the things that you used to read? Like when I was young, I absolutely loved lots of romance. I read Danielle Steele a lot. I read Sidney Sheldon a lot. I read Nora Roberts a lot. Robin Carr a lot. But I don't necessarily read those. Like I don't gravitate toward you know who I love? Absolutely loved Maeve Binchy. And when I say that I love these authors, what I do, or that I read it a lot, what I do is if I find one book by an author that I like, I just keep on reading all of their books. I just go through their catalog and just read. And I read Maeve Binchy to the point where I was just waiting for the next book to release, And I read the very last one she wrote before she passed away. I think I've read almost everything in her library. Maybe not some of the short stories, but a lot. I loved Maeve Binchy. And so that's how my reading habits go. I used to, read a lot of Debbie May Comber, and I would read the series until the next one came out. I'd be waiting. That's how much I liked them. And so yeah, but my tastes have changed over the years, even though I feel like when I look back on it, I did read a lot of different things. But yeah, my tastes have changed over the years. So comment down below, what kinds of things do you like to read? Are you into, romance? Are you into thrillers, fantasy? I tried with fantasy, guys, and I like the book that I read. I read a Brandon Sanderson book called Mistborn. I read the first book in the series and I haven't read the rest. It was so hard for me to read that book. That was absolutely a push for me. But I'm glad I did because I actually really did enjoy it. It didn't become something that I had to go get his next one, although I did I think I bought more Brandon Sanderson, but I haven't read it. I'll show it to you because it's also a brick and that's probably why I haven't read it. Anyway, what kinds of books did you used to read when you were young? Do you still read the same genres? Have you grown beyond it? Have you ever gone back and tried to check out how you respond to a genre you used to read or an author you used to read? I have to say that the Sidney Sheldon book it stood the test of time. I really still enjoy those books, and if I really, really want to, I could just go back and read his entire catalog as well. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here, and yeah, it's been fun talking to you. I just wanted to do a little quick crochet and chat, talk about the books I'm reading as well as crochet a little bit because I really haven't made anything else. But it's only Tuesday, so maybe I will make some other things before this vlog is over. All right, guys. Talk back soon. Bye. All right, y'all. During the crochet and chat, I was working on my ruffle hat. And I was using the Karen Big Cake. And I had started the beanie part of the hat with half double crochet. No, with double crochet. And, after the crochet and chat, I kept working on it. And guys, I'll flash up some pictures as to how far I got. But two things made me rip this out and start again. I didn't like the floppiness of the beanie with the double crochet stitches. I decided that I did want to do something a little bit more dense on the beanie part, so I wanted to do half with double crochet. I did consider herringbone half double crochet, but I said I'm going to keep it simple. That's one thing. The other thing is that it was so big, and the person I'm making it for, she has a lot of hair. However, my head is still bigger than hers, and that hat was so big on me. And I love the drama of the ruffle, but I think it might be a little bit too dramatic for her based on the picture that, or based on what she told me she wanted. I thought it might be just a little bit too dramatic. And so what I decided to do was I'm not going to do as dramatic of a ruffle. I'll post up pictures. I'll be flashing some pictures through here so you guys can see what it did look like. But I ripped the whole thing back and then started again. And I decided, since I have two of these big cakes, to hold them double. And that accomplished a couple of things for me. She really wanted a blue. She wanted her hat in blues. And so that dark charcoal gray was bothering me too about the hat, because it's not necessarily the color she wanted, but by holding two strands together, you're going to have blue throughout. And so that's what I decided to do. So now I am on the just the plain rows until I get the beanie almost done, and then I'll start the ruffle brown. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we're at. Bye. Hey guys, it's coming back in this last time to end out this weekly vlog with a finished project. I have finished my squid. Hold on, man. I gotta get the name of the pattern. Hold. Okay, so I made the squid. It's just called Squid. It is from Plushy Co. I got mine on Ravelry. I will link it down below. But I am finished. This is my April BTS project. Today is April 28th. And so I made it in time before the month ended. And this is my squid. You guys already know I use blanket yarn on this. The colorway is Purple Sunset. And it turned out super cute. I think I used 14-inch safety eyes on this one. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do have the other pattern from All From Jade, and I have made that one, and I'm sure I'll make more. But this was just, you know, the call of the hour, and it's all done. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy about how the squid came out. I love the purpley colorway. And now it's time for me to figure out what I'm going to make for May. And so, yeah, that's it. That's the last project we're going to share. I am still working on the ruffle hat. It is, you know, I ripped it out. I already showed y'all all that. And I'm progressing and trying to get back to the point where I can start putting the ruffle in on that hat. So, anyway, I think that's it. That's everything for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Until we meet again, keep it crafty, guys. Bye.